Hey everyone, so today is day 22 of our egg to chick curriculum and day 20 of our incubation process. Just a couple of more days and we are going to hatch some sweet baby chickens. So today we are going to look at the parts of our chickens. So when they do hatch out, we've got to know the different parts of them. So technology has failed me. So I'm going to use the trusty iPad. My computer wouldn't hook up to the internet and it wouldn't hook up to the printer. Luckily, we've got the iPad. So we are going to set the iPad up, and here is a good basic view of a chicken. So the first thing we're going to look at is the comb, which is on this side, and the wattle, which is on this side. So a lot of people think that only roosters have combs. And roosters do have combs, but so do hens. Roosters usually have a more predominant comb like this one, and it'll fold over. And hens is usually smaller, but they still do have them. Now, can a rooster have a smaller one than a hen? Yes. So a hen can have a big comb, but usually the roosters do. And the same thing for a wattle. So wattles are two flaps of skin or tissue under their neck that both roosters and hens can have. So the comb and the wattle, not many people know their function. We all know they have them, but we don't know what they do. So the function of the comb and the wattle is like a cooling system for a chicken. So you and I, if we get hot, if we're running around outside, we can sweat. Chickens and roosters can't. So that's why they have a comb and a wattle to be their cooling system for themselves. So who knew? We learned something new today. So then we've got the eye, which is on this side. So is I or her eye. So just like you and I, we've got to be able to see. So pretty much all animals have eyes. Then we've got the beak, which is like a mouth, what they use to eat. So their beak is hard and pointed so they can get, those little pieces of grain on the ground or, in their feed trough. Bugs, different things that chickens like to eat. The next thing we'll look at is the hackles. So hackles, if you see where it's pointing, is these long feathers. So usually in roosters, the long feathers are brightly colored. They're long and, shiny, but they can be on hens as well. So I never knew hackles had a name, but apparently they do. So the next thing we see is the wingtail. So the wingtail, the tip of his tail. One thing it doesn't list on this picture is their breast. So right here in the front would be their breast, which is one of those common things that we eat. A chicken breast sandwich. You can make chicken tenders from it, chicken nuggets, anything. Then we've got their thigh. So their thigh is down here, their leg. So that's another common thing that we eat. Thighs are dark meat usually, so, pretty common. That's their leg. Then we've got their feet, of course. They've got their 3 toes. Ooh, where's my toes? We've got 3 toes, and they've got claws on the end of their feet. Because remember, they'll use their claws to scratch at the ground and different things to be able to eat. They'll use their claws and their feet, to make their nest. If they're, hens, if they're going to be brooding. One thing that doesn't show on here is their spur. So mostly roosters have spurs, and a spur, they use them for fighting, for protection, but they don't, usually hens do not have them. So that's a little bit of an overview of our chicken. Sorry, we're having to use the iPad and couldn't have it printed out. That technology, sometimes it's great, as I'm sure y'all are learning with this, COVID mess that we're trying to, deal with, and that's just part of it. We've got a learning curve to break. So luckily, we've got the iPad. That will work for us today. So we will go check on our chickens and check our incubator, make sure our eggs are sitting good. We've gotten the rotator out, of course. I took it out on Saturday, and we've got that video. And then we'll check that their humidity is up higher, because remember, we've got to increase our humidity so that it's a little easier for those chicks to be able to break out of their shell. So let's go check on our incubator. So our incubator is sitting good. We've got some condensation here up top. That's our humidity. So we've got all of our eggs laying in there. 99 degrees, so I'd like it to go up a little bit. 76% humidity, so it's gone up. But they're looking good. Hopefully we'll start hearing some chirping here and know that our baby chicks are growing. So let's go look at our plastic embryo eggs. Okay, so now for our plastic embryo eggs. So on day 19, remember the yolk is moved into the chick's body and the chick takes up most of the space inside the egg, because we've only got, a couple of days left before our chicks are going to hatch from these cute little eggs. On day 20, let's see day 20. Okay, day 20, the chicks will actually become a chick. So they've been embryos, now they're actually a chick, and they're going to start breathing in air from the air cell. So they're going to be, they're actual chicks now. They're not just these cute little embryos we've been talking about. So on day 20, sometimes they'll start trying to, tap at the tapping the edge of their eggshells, because they're going to start hatching out. So hopefully this afternoon or tonight, I will hear them and I can get them on video, and hopefully I will, be able to video some of them actually hatching. Hopefully we get the whole experience just like we were in the classroom. So, tomorrow is, our hatch day. So let's, stay tuned for tomorrow. We hope we've got some hatch tomorrow. They could hatch today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Who knows? That's the miracle of hatching chicks. So stay tuned and we will, soon find out.